What's up, guys? So I want to have just a quick little rant, I guess you could say, talking about school. I just thought about this earlier today, and it really opened my eyes and my brain a lot. Now, when we look at school, what is it, right? From the age of about 4 years old, in junior kindergarten, at least that's my case, from about 4 years old, you are going into a school which ultimately it exists because of the government in that area. Now, what I mean by that is when you have, like, for example, Catholic schools that are funded by government, the government gets to include certain parts of the curriculum that they choose. So I want you to think about this. So when you are, from the time that you're 4 years old until you're like 18, for 12 to 14 years of your life, if not more, if you go to college and university, for the most vulnerable stage of your life, before you learn how to think, before you learn how to rationalize and how to debate, how to figure out your own ideas, before you learn any of that, you are thrown into a system that is regulated by the government in that area. And the curriculum is dictated by them. They can change. That's why when certain people get elected into power, like provincially and stuff, they can change parts of the curriculum. It's under their control. Now, I'm not talking about private schools or whatever, or places where it's entirely up to the people who are teaching, right? I'm talking about when it's government funded. Like think about that. Obviously, when it comes to like math and certain sciences and stuff like that, whatever. But when it comes to real issues in the world, before we get a chance to think, we're thrown into school where we're learning from these people who, this is nothing against teachers, by the way, because I know a ton of teachers personally, and my dad is literally a teacher, and so it's nothing against teachers, but it's just a new perspective to look at this. Like, the government has control over aspects of the curriculum, and we're learning from that. And so there's stuff in the textbooks that is completely proven wrong. Stuff on like ancient Egypt, it is 100% proven wrong. But they don't change what's in the textbook because it costs a lot of money. So there's things that we are learning in school and stuff that is completely wrong that they're not taking the time to correct. Now, obviously, that's not everything. I'm not attacking school. I am still in school. I mean, it's summer right now, but I'm still in school. I've been like that good student my whole life, right? Getting all the high marks and whatever, the teacher's pet, so to speak. I've been that like my whole life, and that's it. But I was just thinking about it this morning, and it just blew my mind because there's so many young adults who are going to colleges and universities and studying in these fields that are more social oriented, and the ideas that they're getting are completely idiotic, and like these illogical ideas of redefine, and warning, this is going to offend some people, but I'm just speaking the truth. Like, with all due respect, redefining gender. This is an idea that is like so prevalent on college campuses. You can look at interviews of people going onto college campuses, like, for example, the Steven Crowder. You may have seen the Change My Mind series where he has the desk and it says like a certain idea and change my mind. Now, agree or disagree with him on the variety of subjects that he talks about. I have my own gripes about the way that he talks about certain subjects and all this stuff, but like, he goes onto these campuses to just talk, and people are completely outraged. Where do you think that comes from? That comes from the way that they're learning. They're supposed that, like, when you have an education, you're supposed to learn how to have a conversation. You're supposed to learn how to think, how to be rational, how to consider different ideas and make up your own mind. But instead, what we're being taught is just, this is the way to think. Sit in your desk all day. Like back when we're in elementary school, like they would get mad at us guys for being too energetic. It's like we're 12-year-old boys and you're getting mad at us for wanting to play sports. You're locking us in a school and we can't leave the classroom without asking a teacher. You can't go to the bathroom and more than one person at a time. Like, I understand obviously certain aspects of it, but it's just fundamentally there's so many issues with it. And I know that sounds controversial, but it's just my thoughts right now that I thought of today. It's like they're really getting mad at someone who's in grade 6 for not wanting to sit at his desk for like 7 hours. And then at recess, like you deprive people of recess because detention, because they spoke out in class or whatever. Like, there should be punishments, but be logical. I don't know. I mean, it's a whole discussion to be had that, we can have conversations about it, and we can have all different types of ideas. I don't know exactly what I think on the whole subject. It's just an idea right now. But I don't know. I've just found, looking back at my experience in elementary school and high school so far, I just finished grade 11. I don't know. It's like, I like high school a lot more because there's more freedom to just, go out and do whatever. On your lunch period, you can go home, you can go out, go for a car ride, whatever, you can do whatever. But I don't know. I just think when some of the stuff is dictated by the government and is subject to change, it can get very, very cloudy. And I think that's why you see we have a society, especially in certain places in US, where these people are tearing down statues, getting rid of history, and, rioting and looting. Like, what type of education did they have? If they were truly educated, they should know better. They should know that the solution to something bad that happened in history isn't to get rid of the history. It's to expose what was wrong about the history. If there's a statue of a guy who, may have done something awful in the past, instead of getting rid of the statue, oh wow, this tripod's almost falling down. It's okay, it's almost the end of the video, I'll just hold it. If there's a statue of like a guy who did something awful in the past, instead of getting rid of the statue entirely, why not put a plaque there saying, like, this is what this guy did and we condemn his actions, but at least that way people are aware that it's still a part of history. When you erase history, when you censor things, then people can't learn, and we can't learn from our past, and it allows similar things to happen again. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now that it's history repeating itself, and people think that it's okay because it's in the name of a good thing, right? And I don't know. I won't say too much, but they're people completely skewing a bad idea and turning it the opposite way and saying it's a good idea because it's framed a different way. And, take what you want from that. Think about it yourself. I'm not going to get into it because I don't know exactly what I'm thinking about all these different subjects, but it's something to think about. And I think that this education thing, obviously most of it's like good and stuff, and I respect the teachers and the people who do all this job. They sacrifice their lives to help young people, and I respect that. I just think that the government having an input on the curriculum, like changing the curriculum to talk about how there's more than 2 genders, like that's dictated by the provincial government, when in reality there isn't more than 2 genders. I don't know. It's just, and I mean, that's a whole discussion for another time, and it's not disrespecting you if you have a different experience or anything like that. I can't fully understand because I'm not in that situation, but I can try to understand and have empathy towards someone who may be in that situation where they're confused about their identity or something along those lines, right? But I don't know. I just thought about this morning. I sort of have a problem with the government having to do with this. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. Maybe let me know what you think. Start a discussion. And yeah, that's it. Take it easy, guys. Have a good one. God bless.